right, guys, what is going on? This is your Angry Birds NASCAR fan, the BlueJimmie fan here, and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Blue Jimmy Vlogs. Last year, I was here in Charlotte, North Carolina for Jimmie Johnson's Hall of Fame induction, and now, just over a year later, we are back at it again. We are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, not only for the Coca-Cola 600 and also Jimmie's 700th career start, but it's also a pretty monumental weekend for NASCAR in general, because this is the first NASCAR weekend that Amazon Prime will be exclusively streaming the race. Needless to say, there is a lot of mixed opinions, and unfortunately, I have seen way too many bad to count. But I won't get that opportunity to actually see what the Prime broadcast will actually be, because we are actually here at the racetrack for the whole weekend. In just a little bit, we got the ARCA Series, we got the Truck Series tonight, we got Xfinity Series racing tomorrow, and then on Sunday is the Coca-Cola 600. Now you're probably also gonna ask me, why aren't you in Indianapolis to watch Joseph Newgarden potentially three-peat the Indy 500? Well, fortunately, I don't get that many opportunities to see Jimmie Johnson race anymore. And currently, as of right now, this is his last race of the year. Although it has been speculated that we will be back for a select number of races next year. So I'm taking every moment I can to see Jimmie race, my all-time favorite driver. But with that said, folks, let's head on up to the stands and watch the ARCA race.
Great drinks, all the great Coca-Cola products down there. Great chance to get out and get that supper and get ready for a great night of racing here at America's Home for Racing. So, concession stand is driving down there.
There he is. Cletus McFarland, starting 11th.
Get your welcome offer.
Hell yeah, brother.
Starting 11, driver number 3, Kenton Ford. From Bradenton, Florida, Gary Mitchell. Roll up 10th, driver number 20, VMS Toyota. Father, start your engine!
Woo!
Something that McFarland wasn't able to accomplish coming up through the gears. Everybody else will have to follow his track down past Speedway TV, and they rumble towards turn number 3.
Grant Enfinger in that 97 had a good run off from turn number 2. Unfortunately, ran off racetrack, but now he's slipping to the high side, maybe trying to go
And Kyle Busch is in this race.
Oh
boy.
Cambridge Chevrolet from Las Vegas, Nevada, Kyle Busch. Starting 11th in the 98, Zach Ruth. Starting 7th, driving the number 34, UNC Charlotte Motor, Safe Light and Foster Love Toyota from Marietta, Georgia, Corey Hines. Team First Auto Group Toyota, hailing from Seekonk, Massachusetts, Giovanni Ruggiero. And there you have it.
All right, we have both sections, and yeah, we're all the way down at the bottom, quite literally. That's right. So yeah, let's get this truck race underway.
Takes a look to the outside. Now they're up against the wall as they work their way down the backstretch with Gerald. Here comes on Chandler Smith on the bottom. Tanner Gray making an aggressive move down right to the second. Gonna look to his left now. All of a sudden, he's gonna see Kyle Busch's nose right down below him. He wants that second spot. Is Honeycutt with the lead on board? Kyle Busch moving hard. Corey Heim is coming after him fast on the outside next to the wall. Honeycutt moves up to the block. He'll have to go to the bottom of the racetrack, and Heim is going to go right underneath him. Across the field, got right into Tommy, and this brings out the caution for the third time here tonight.
Down that truck, as you can see here on Speedway TV, there's a lot of sparks coming out of him as he rolls around the racetrack.
Side by side for second, 3 wide off turn number 2. Chastain will get the spot. Corey Heim is gone again. He's got about a 4-shot lead there going into turn number 3. Kyle Busch is right on Chastain's bumper there. Now he's lined up the racetrack. Charlotte Motor Speedway, here he is, your Truck Series winner, it's Corey Heim.
All right, everybody. Well, it is Saturday. It is Xfinity Series race day. Yeah, pretty dominant win by Corey Heim last night in the Truck Series, and pretty cool win as well for Austin Green in the ARCA Menard Series race. And although Cletus, he made a couple mistakes out there, still got a top 10. You know, post-race interview, you know, he felt bad about wrecking nearly the entire field, but you know, I like Cletus, man. He's a really, really great guy, and I'm sure he'll be back for more races later this year. I think his next race is supposed to be Bristol. We'll see what happens with that. But today is the Xfinity Series, and in just a little bit, just about an hour, Jimmie's actually going to be making an appearance at the BetMGM stage, which is actually where I'm heading right now. So you can see I actually got a brand new Jimmie's shirt. Recently just got that off of eBay, and it came in this week, so shout out to them. Yeah, we also have practice, qualifying, and then we got the Xfinity race later on today at 4, and we'll see what else we get into today. And we're probably also going to hit up the tents and a whole bunch of other stuff, but we'll see how this day plays out. But yeah, let's head on over towards the Fanzone to the BetMGM stage. This is one way to actually get into the track. I was just walking up this way. It's obviously a big hike, but over here, here's a bridge right there. Right there is 29, and that's all the traffic. And as you can see, more people are filing in.
Distinct honor to introduce 7-time champion, NASCAR Hall of Famer, running his 700th race, Jimmie Johnson.
Yeah!
It's good to see everybody. That's great weather. We're in Charlotte, 600. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look at all that adoration. These folks have held on to some Jimmie Johnson merch for a while.
It's incredible. Well, it's great to be here, man. I am excited that not only do I get to watch a race, I get to be in a race.
Yeah.
So,
Number 700. I heard you on Sirius say that's a big number, Jimmie.
it is. It just means I'm old.
That means you survived.
Yeah, I have survived, and the guys on the Sirius show shared with me that 800's like 6 starts away if you take the Xfinity starts and the one truck start that I have. So man, there's another number to chase, so I'm excited about this.
I'm glad you got the one truck started.
One.
Just to complete the set. That's nice.
That didn't go very well and didn't last very long in Bristol. I think it made like 30 laps and crashed.
Well, this place has been pretty kind to Jimmie Johnson over the years. Is that a fair statement?
It is, and I think for Hendrick Motorsports too, and obviously they're just down the street. But this track just suited my style and Chad Knaus's, especially us together. The Hendrick way here has always worked. The compression area, landing in the corners, it's so tough to manage the launching into the corner and how the car behaves then through the rest of the corner. And they've just always had a great setup for that, how to manage it. And then for me, it felt a lot like a motorcycle or an off-road truck. It's kind of jumping moment, landing. So it's worked great here. Dover's another track that's very similar. And although this track and Dover don't look anything alike, the setups are super close between Charlotte and Dover.
Well, unfortunately, that was a bust. He didn't even sign for anybody. Obviously, practices less than an hour, so I guess I can understand that, but hopefully he can make another appearance or sometime tomorrow. I don't know when, but at least I tried. I was in a good spot to possibly get something. But as a consolation prize, I did get to meet Doug Rice. Linked up for a good minute. Obviously, wished him all the best on his career. Incredible, one of the best to ever do it on the radio for NASCAR. So at least something came out of this. But yeah, for now, we're just gonna keep roaming around and well, practice and qualifying gonna start in a little while, and then 4 o'clock will be the Xfinity Race. All right, we have now crossed the street from the fan zone. We're actually heading now towards the tents, and ooh, what is that I see? Oh my gosh, I found him.
That'd be awesome.
So the car's being pushed to the grid, getting ready for qualifying here for the Coca-Cola 600.
Right now the time to beat 30. After seeing his team well now 19 quick from Ryan Blaney. Coca-Cola 600. Chase Briscoe and his Toyota.
All right, I'm going to try to make this quick, obviously because I don't want to get a copyright strike and everything. But Chase Briscoe wins the pole. Larson qualified second, although there's no guarantee if he'll actually start there, depending on how the Indy 500 goes. But it's looking like he may be able to get the Indy 500 in. So that's a positive sign. We qualified 17th. I honestly didn't think we'd have that pace. Obviously, race pace is still lacking, and obviously these Coke 600s, they tend to have a lot of long green flag runs, but you never know. One lap we could literally be in the top 20. The next, all of a sudden, we're like 30th. So it is what it is. But 17th, I'll take it. Nemechek 6th, and I think Jones is somewhere like in the 20s. But overall, not bad. Not bad speed. Hopefully, as the race goes on with Coke 600 tomorrow. Well, that's if we can get this race started. Hopefully we'll go on without the threat of rain. Just hope for a great day tomorrow. That's all I can ask for. But yeah, as you can see, we've now moved our seats, and the Xfinity race will be underway in about less than an hour from now. Bye, Larson.
Start your engines!
direction into turn number 3. They stay that way. Riverton, Illinois is going to jump to the front. Justin Allgaier got the lead over. Caution number 8 here in the BetMGM 300. A lot of damage for Harrison Burton.
Goes to the high side behind Sheldon Creed. They get 4 wide, and Brandon Jones gets touched by Connor Zillage up into the 31, and it's on from there.
Yeah, blame again with this field. We couldn't quite even make a half a lap. Caution back out here at the Speedway. Sanchez is on the move side by side with Connor Zillage for that second spot. Allgaier, meanwhile, and Brandon Jones gets smoke seems to have subsided somewhat. Byron is coming like a fury in the third spot. Allgaier is in front of you, Rob. We got Brandon Jones around us for the Super Bowl. Kyle Siegel's involved.
was a fun Xfinity race, but really? All that for freaking William Byron win? Come on, Connor. Ugh, that sucks. That sucks. But I thought the race was pretty good. I mean, obviously the last 20 laps it turned into a crap fest, but overall, like, it was fun. It was a fun time. But yeah, it's gonna be a big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. Obviously, we have the Indy 500. Obviously Monaco, but nobody really cares about Monaco. And we obviously have the Coke 600. But I'm really hoping that the weather will be in our favor and that we can get this race in on Sunday night. So if we have to come back here Monday, we will. But yeah, in the meantime, we're gonna grab some. I'm gonna grab some food, head back to the room, catch the end of a Saturday night main event, which is happening right now. Hopefully, the Mets can salvage something out of this series right now against the Dodgers. I guess I'll see you guys. Tomorrow for the Coke 600. All right, guys. Good morning. It is Sunday here in Moxville, North Carolina. Right now, we are just about 50 minutes to an hour from the racetrack. The Indy 500 is going to be kicking off in less than 2 hours. And then later on tonight, 6 o'clock, is the Coke 600. Jimmie going to be starting 17th tonight. Obviously, I'm still a little concerned about our race pace, but I am confident in our other two cars, John Nemechek and Eric Jones. They've shown great speed all weekend. But yeah, a lot of stuff planned today. We're going to be going actually inside the track because I actually have a pre-race track pass, so you guys will actually get to see what it's like to be on Charlotte Motor Speedway and also get to see the cars up close. But yeah, so now we're going to go grab some Waffle House and then we're going to head down south to Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's going to be a long day. Let's do it.
With the creative side, choose McAllister's Deli and our signature build your own mac and cheese, nachos, and spelt food bombs. Each box.
All right, as you can see, I've got my pre-race pass right here. Trying to find the way to actually get in, and of course, what do I see?
Taking our sins so we can have forgiveness of sin.
I'm asking you, baby, because I'm tired of asking myself.
Well, I tried. I did my best with this, but let's get it. 700. Holy shit, Alex Palou wins the Indy 500. Alright, I have no choice but to respect the dominance. Wow. Look, Bubba. Look, Cole. Kyle.
Hey Jimmy, is there any chance you could sign my hat? Oh no.
Jimmy, Jimmy.
Man.
All right, well, I tried, but the person next to me got his car signed, so that's pretty cool. But now we are officially being escorted back to the grandstands. And while unfortunately, my dad texted the pic of where we're actually seating, and it's not really the best. So I really do apologize in advance about if there are going to be some poles in the way. Hopefully that doesn't affect the video too much for you guys. But look at this. Look at all these people. There's still more filing in. Oh man, starting 17th. Let's hope for a good day. Let's do this, bro.
We ask your protection over every driver, crew member, official, and fan. Grant safety on the track, strength in competing, and unity in spirit. Thank you for raising courageous men and women willing to sacrifice for global peace and an eternal hope. May today's tribute to our nation's greatest heroes reflect gratitude for their service and for your sacrificial love for all people. In honoring those who've worn our nation's cloth, we will never forget those who've borne your message that greater love has no one than this, than to lay down his life for one's friends. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
racetrack as he came up the racetrack. Actually, Blaney came down into Briscoe. They kind of bumped a little bit, and then he got into Suarez. Blaney goes outside, and then they make contact with a couple of cars over by.
some Trackhouse. There was people there that had their Saturdays off yesterday, and they came in and Bush Jockey Chevy and the McRae family to carry them. We got his picture. He was riding with me, Mr. McRae. His mom and sister, brothers. What this weekend's all about is to think about and remember the ones that sacrificed so much for us. Alan East, my truck team owner, Marine veteran, so happy to drive for him. Thought we were going to get one on Friday night, but for tonight, Trackhouse, Team Chevy, Busch Light, Moose, Acceptance Insurance, Wendy's. I gotta look, it's been so long, I feel like. The McRae family told me to be a sponge. That was something that their dad told them a lot, and I gotta tell you, I didn't feel much like a sponge tonight. I was rattling around out there, but to drive on that final run in the World 600 and pass two cars that have been way better all night. Phil Sargent wanted me to pick 2 laps earlier. I went 2 laps longer just out of a little bit of confusion, and man, that paid off at the end. These Goodyear Eagles held on longer because they were a little bit fresher, and holy cow, we just won the World 600!
All right, everyone, that is a wrap on the 2025 Coca-Cola 600. Wow. I thought that race was genuinely good. That race was very, very good. Obviously, it's still hard to pass. Yes, it's still hard to pass, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible to pass. Hamlin, Byron, and Hocevar, they made the race fairly interesting once we got to around stage 2, stage 3. And how about that? Ross Chastain from last on the grid, breaking in practice to winning the Coke 600. That's an incredible story. That is awesome. Unfortunately, it was a rough night. Very rough night for us with Jimmy. Fortunately, only lasted about 90 laps. The car was just fucking terrible. I mean, like I said, we qualified 17th, but we could easily be back to 30th within like the first 10 to 20 laps. That is exactly what happened, and we really never quite recovered from that. Been dealing with a tight condition, and then we tried to fix the condition, tried to fix the tight condition. All of a sudden, the rear tires give out on us, and we end up crashing and taking out a couple others with us. So that sucks. But, and yeah, John Nemechek and Jones, they actually got some decent stage points tonight. Unfortunately, things kind of fell apart later on in the race. Jones did end up getting 13th. You know, they salvaged at least a top 15 out of today. But John Nemechek, well, he actually hit the wall, I think, off of 2. And then he ended up getting some nose damage, and that's unfortunately what affected his performance. I think he ended up like 25th or something like that at the end of the day. But regardless, I had a great time here at the Coke 600. Crowd was absolutely electric. I'm hearing the Prime broadcast was actually peak cinema, which I actually cannot wait to rewatch that race. But yeah, we move on to Nashville, and well, obviously this might be Jimmy's last race of the year, but we'll see what other races we have planned for later on this year. So now we're gonna head back to our hotel. And then tomorrow we're going to be driving back to New York. And yeah, appreciate you guys tuning into the vlog. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the BlueJimmie Revolution today. And I will see you all on the next video. And remember, always stay humble and kind. Hope you guys stay safe. Hope you guys all have a great Memorial Day weekend. And I hope you all have a fan-blocking-tastic day.